Man, what's up, you two? I got a banger for you today, coming back from Prison 101. And the story's crazy, man. And I'm gonna get straight into it real quick. So, y'all people want to get high, right? Even when you hit jail, even when you hit prison, y'all still want to use drugs. Anything that can give you a sense of feeling and escape, you want to take. And some of this stuff by itself, you're not gonna feel nothing. But if you pocket 20, 30, 40 of them, you get a pretty good buzz. I'm going to tell you how that stuff went wrong, right? Alright, this is all a true story. It's from, it's kind of being in prison, but it's in a halfway house. And the saddest thing, man, at the time, I had a very prison mentality, not caring about anyone else, not caring about nothing. So, I get into a little backstory, right? So when you hit the block, when you hit jail, when you hit prison, there's only a certain type of medications that are prescribed because of abusive history. You know, it's jail and prisons is full of drug addicts. So when you go there, you know, some guys like to take like Wellbutrin to get a feel. They mix it and stuff, and this is all just fake drugs, man. They're sorting up like antidepressants. It's crazy. Like, I never was down with that. I was a drug addict, but I felt like if I wanted to get high, I was gonna get high. I wasn't gonna get high on some fake stuff. You know what I mean? So this kind of connects in the story, kind of explaining the back to get to the story and why someone would do something like this, right? So when people are in prison a long time and they want to get high and feel, you know, you can either turn to making wine, which I got a crazy story with that. I've actually seen a person get street charges for making, you know, rotten fruit. It was crazy. But or you get drugs that are ridiculously expensive out there, you know, $40 for a point of heroin. It's crazy. Or the pills they give you, you hoard them up, and you know, each day you cheek them. And there's a really crazy trick to it that you can take pills and they can actually check you, and you can slide by with it, man. I mean, people in there, they got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to think of creative ideas, and it works. So real quick into that, when people would want to use and get high, they would hoard their pills, and then when they would get to a certain amount, they'd be like, whatever, take 20 of them. And you're thinking that's crazy, but they're usually non-addictive medications. And usually you don't feel that much, you know. So even if you were to take 20 or 30 of them, you ain't going to really have effects. You know, you would think, right? So let's get into the story. I went from the joint to a halfway house, man. And a halfway house is exactly how it sounds like. Halfway in the community, halfway to prison. Give me a second. Hold on. Can't even do a video on my kids. Sorry. Okay. So you're halfway through prison. You know, you're halfway there. You're halfway in the community, halfway there. You know, you can go to work, you hit the library, but, you know, you can't drive. You have to get approved time to leave there. You're basically locked with the open front door, you know, and your punishment, if you don't succeed there, is prison. And you go back to prison, or you can end up there. That's your last chance, and then go to prison. So it's a very controlled environment. You know what I mean? You have the same rules about taking medications. You have to turn in your medications, and they give it to you. So this is a crazy story, man. It breaks my heart to even share it. It's crazy. I was in a halfway house, and you would get time visits. It was kind of like prison. You can only have a certain time that your family could come. But if you were scheduled out, you weren't supposed to go places, but how are they gonna know you stop by a gas station and get a pack of cigarettes? They ain't gonna know. So we're chilling in a time visit at night, right? So I got my people there. I'm usually gone all day. I was working all the time and everything. Man, the most craziest thing happened. They would have new people coming all the time from prison. So this new cat came from prison. I didn't find out, this is where the pill stuff comes in. I didn't find out until after, right? We're in a visit, and I will not kidding you. At the time, I thought dude was just some weirdo, and he had it coming, right? And it's really sad what happened. So dude steps out when everyone's sitting at these round tables. And there's a girl right here, right? And out of nowhere, he smacks the girl. So we turn like, you know, dude's gonna get messed up. Now check it. You're in a halfway house with security cameras and everything. You know what I mean? If you step wrong, you're going to the joint. You're screwed. You know what I mean? Everything's caught on camera. You have to think about your choices before you do them. So dude hits girl. You know what I mean? And, you know, people that are coming here are not used to, you know, prison or anything. So at that time, no one does anything. One dude, he literally hits her and goes back pacing in the room. And we're just like, did that really just happen? Like, right in front of us, you know what I mean? Dude's about to get messed up, right? He's pacing in his room. And you had these, like, little corridor rooms in the back of the visiting, if I could explain it. They're like a long hallway, and you had bunk beds on each side. It's crazy what a halfway house is. So, he goes in the room, and they're like, here, call the cops. Now, it took, for how long this happened, it felt like it took a long time for the police to get there. So the police come out, like, they're called. And dude comes out of the room again and hits a girl. Homeboy ain't feeling that time. Hits a different girl, and dude hits a bop. And just starts beating him. Bop, 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 bop. Right? I had no thinking anything's wrong with dude. Except for he's just a weirdo. And he deserves, you know, a whipping. You know what I mean? Like, it comes in. You just hit 2 females. Like, it's coming. So, this is what breaks my heart, man. It's sad. So dude gets to whooping. And then they send a visit's gotta go. Police are coming. Something's up with dude. Dude comes out bleeding. But he's not there. It's gone. It's crazy. He gets from a whooping and he's just like mute. And just walking from the mutant. And then goes back in. And is pacing again. So they said everyone come out your room. Don't know what's going on. There's a trail of blood leaving from the dude. Right? This dude makes another mistake. I mean, the guy was so out of it, right? Gone. That if someone approached him, he would start swinging. So another dude, remember, you're with a ton of prison guys. Can't even do a video. You're with a ton of prison guys. You know what I mean? That respect is number one. So if a dude tries them, they're used to this prison mentality that you have to buck on the first sign of disrespect. That's the rule. So, man, they're gonna need to run my video. Sorry. All right, so let's finish the story up. So, he chests this dope ass blood dude. He was a good dude. He was actually across from me, my roommate, and dude just whoops him bad, man. Dude gets him down. And there's like a wall between the doors. Dude's is right here. And dude is literally putting his hands on the wall, kicking him. Like, you trying me? And at the time, it's horrible to say, it was funny. Because we did not know dude. I'll finish start what was going on with dude. And that had to do with the medication. We did not do was so out of it. So dude gets whooped. Bad. Gets beat almost to the point unconscious. Somehow he's still working up. And people had like their turns on him because anyone that would approach him, he would swing. So that is immediately, I have to fight. I have to show my respect. I have to whoop on dude. So dude gets beat so bad, man. It was sad. And it was just like, I'm wondering like, what is wrong with dude? And you think by this time, someone would catch the light bulb that, you know, dude's not up there mentally. He's hallucinating. Something's really off. That, you know, we can do something to just hold him there and get him safely to somewhere where he can hit. That didn't happen, man. So this is when it got bad. And I've seen the police kill someone straight up with their hands. So like I said, dude would swing on anyone that would come through. And the police came through the door. They're not expecting this weirdness or crazy, right? We like had to like basically try to lead dude towards the door to like let dude get arrested. He's gonna get killed in here, and he did get killed. And this is a true story, man. It's crazy. It breaks my heart. So dude would step through the walkway. Cop looks at him. Dude doesn't care if they're a cop, if you're a person, you're a woman. You could be a baby, and he's gonna swing on you. It's crazy. Dude was so out of it. So he goes and swings on the cop. Cops start busting at him, right? Popping with the taser. He drops to the ground. They're wrestling him, and he's swinging. It's like you can't. It's so crazy to explain. It's like if you were to lose that sense of stop and had any mind thinking, and your body was just reacting. That's how he was. He was fighting for his life with not caring. So they're crushing his head on the floor. Blood is everywhere. At the time, we didn't know dude was dead. It breaks my heart to say, at the time we were joking about it. And you gotta remember, it's a very alpha environment. Dude hit women, you know what I mean? So we were like, dude gets an ass whooping. We've never seen people get killed from getting beat up. And so the next day, it's crazy. I had to put on, in a joking manner, they're like, hey, someone got to clean up the blood. I said, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I was in a halfway house. I was trying to get, through my time and everything. Put on a hazmat suit, wiped up his blood on the ground. Thought dude was just in jail. You never think someone's going to get beat to death. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. The next day, homicide comes up. Homicide detective. And there was this real chill guy, and we're like, man, there's a homicide detective? What happened? They're like, man, the people here, whooped dude really bad, and on top of the cops, they beat him into a coma. He's gonna die. And I was just like in shock. So I went to prison.com. I know a lot of other YouTubers talking. That basically is just the stuff around prisons. The people say around them to know what's going on without telling the people or the police. So I came back, and there was this very popular medication that guys would like hoard up and take. And basically, he got from prison, he could never get his hands on this amount. So what he did is he popped 20 or 30 in it, and it made him go crazy. And if he would have been caught up, it brought to clean out, literally like a crazy person thing and sober out, he would have been fine. And I think if people knew he was such under the influence, but didn't say anything. So what happened is he popped 20 or 30 of these certain types of pills, and it made him go crazy. And that whole story is a true story. So the homicide detective came up, took the camera footage, and then everyone that hit dude got sent back. And they were I don't know after that part if it was like murder. It was a big deal over there. Dude was detectives, straight up ties, everything, pulling screen footage, questioning people, and then hearing about that. And it just goes to show you, man, like, even drugs you think that won't hurt you, like, if it messes you up here and takes away your sense of right or wrong, like, you can die. And watching the cops beat this dude to death was, I would say it was very crazy. It shocked me. And you can check up the story. It was a Arapahoe County halfway house, off 3265 Inglewood, and Inglewood, Colorado. That's where the halfway house I was at. Never got dude's name. He was barely there, and gotta say rest in peace, man. But what I'm trying to say in this story, man, is it always ends bad, especially with drugs, man. And you may get locked up, and you got a lot of stuff on your mind, and so you try to take a bunch of pills, maybe Seroquel, just to maybe put you to sleep, make you feel something, and you don't know what that stuff will do to your mind. You know what I mean? And you don't have to specifically die from a drug overdose to die from using drugs. So this is a very true story, and I want y'all to all think about it. If you're going to go out and use drugs, you know what I mean? Or kids, 16-year-old kids, find some stuff in the medicine cabinet and they want to take a bunch of it to feel something. Or when if you're on bond and you go in the joint and people are selling you a bunch of pills and you're just wanting to escape. Think about this story, man. Think about what it can do, because I literally watched a dude. And the guys before that, they were like, man, dude was chill. Dude was cool. He wasn't messing with nobody. He was good. You know what these can really think about what this stuff can do to you before you take that leap of faith. Because, like I said, you may do some crazy stuff that will basically get you beat to death. And honestly, dude had no idea. He was so out of it. And I always regret that. To this day, I feel like, especially all of us, we could have done something to get dude down, and it breaks my heart. His family had to go to the hospital and agree to take him off the things. Dude got beat so bad into a coma, and the police didn't want to be named as the reason, so they kind of dropped on the halfway house. I do not know if dude's got murder or anything like that. But they were sent back to prison, so it was very possible. Never saw him again at the halfway house. Even I was there for a minute after that, before that. But yeah, man, think about it. Think about what you do. Think about if you use these drugs, man. Think about, this is all the true story, so you really got to think about it. Staying clean is going to give you a better chance at life, give you more opportunities, and like I said, you never know if this might kill you. You don't need an overdose to die from using drugs. It just can change your whole way. It may counteract what your brain is doing, and you could die. I've seen it happen. So, to all y'all, you're listening to Prison 101. Lesson from the story is, keep away from any of that stuff, man. Even like, get clean, get sober. I know it's tough, but I've done it. You know what I mean? You can do it too. So, even going back to there, man, brings me flashbacks. It's crazy, man. I feel horrible. I wasn't even part of it, but the point that I was making a joke to clean up the blood breaks my heart. But yeah, man, just, it ain't worth it, man. And if you're trying to get these fake drugs and trying to, especially take 20 or 30 of them, and not expect a possible reverse effect to happen, could be wrong, man, and not even know what happened, that you get killed. It's crazy. But yeah, this is Prison 101. Keep back with y'all. Keep trying to get better content up, get my stuff up. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. People show me some love. I'm gonna try to keep it with it. Yeah, crazy times, man. Wish y'all be safe. Peace.